Hey guys, Mr. Stevens here with another lesson on volume, but this time we're going to be looking at cylinders. First off though, a revision question. If you could just pause the video now and have a go at this by yourself, I will show you the answer when you come back. Okay, remembering the first thing we need to do is write down our formula that we need. The volume of a prism is equal to the area of a side that is the same on two ends. In this case, we're going to use the triangle at the front and the back, multiplied by the distance in between them. So here we have a triangle with a base of 1 centimeter and a height of 1 centimeter. Remember, the area of a triangle is half base times height. So we're going to put that in here, half base times height times the different h. And then we're just going to plug in our numbers. A half times 1 times 1 times 2.5. Comes to 1.25. Cubed centimeters. Okay, and what we're looking at today now is cylinders. And calculating the volume of a cylinder works in the exact same way as it did in our last lesson. We find the area of the shape that is the same on two sides of the cylinder. In this case, it's always going to be the circle. And we calculate the volume by the same formula. Area times h, which is the distance in between the two circles. You'll notice these formulas here are a bit different to what I've written. That's because they've just already substituted in the area of a circle, pi r squared. So the version of the volume formula that you're always going to use for a cylinder is going to be this, pi r squared h. That is the area of the circle at the top and bottom of the cylinder times by the distance in between them. Let's write that down so we don't forget. Area of the circle and the distance in between the circles. Alright, let's have a go at some of these calculations. Volume equals pi r squared h. All we have to do is plug in our numbers. Pi times 3 squared times 10. And that just goes straight in our calculator. And then we'll round it off correct to 2 decimal places. And don't forget the units. And again over here for part B, formula goes first always, and then we fill in the numbers. We're not given the radius here, we're given the diameter all the way across. So what we want is half of that distance, which is going to be 0.9. So the number that we put in here is not 1.8, it's 0.9. And the height is 0.3. So again, this line of working just goes straight into the calculator, and we get our answer. rounding off to 2 decimal places again, 2.84 cubed meters. Alright, another question here, this time it's in words. Find the capacity in litres of a cylinder with radius 30 centimeters and height 90 centimeters round to the nearest litre. Okay, this is an important point here, guys. This word capacity, it just means volume. We use these words interchangeably. You would say the capacity of a 2-litre bottle of milk is 2 litres. Okay, but you could also say the volume of a 2-litre bottle of milk is 2 litres. The words mean the same thing. So we're going to use our volume formula. We're going to plug in the numbers, pi times 30 squared times 90. And this is going to be quite a large number. 254,000, 469.0049 centimeters cubed. Now, the question is asking us to convert into litres. So I'm going to show you our little diagram. What we're going to do to convert from centimeters cubed into litres is we're going to divide by 1000. Or if you wanted to go the other way, you could times by 1000. Okay, so that's what we're going to do here. We're going to take this number and we're going to divide it by 1000. And all that means is taking our decimal point here and moving it 3 spaces. So our answer is actually going to be litres, and we're asked to round to the nearest whole litre. So the full answer is just 254 litres. Okay guys, now what you're going to do is go back on iLearn where you found this video, and just underneath that you'll find a link to an EP lesson for you to complete. Thanks guys.